Welcome to SGIT Meister, your ultimate destination for futuristic technology and AI innovation.
Building with AI usually starts with a honeymoon phase. You type a prompt, code appears, and the first few hours feel incredible. But a week later, the agent forgets earlier decisions. One new feature breaks 3 others, and the codebase you loved just starts fighting you. This isn't an AI limitation, it's an architecture problem. Most developers are vibe coding, describing an outcome and letting the agent guess the implementation. To build at a professional level, you have to move from guessing to engineering. Senior engineers solve this by using a specific methodology to impose discipline on their agents. It's called the 6-file context system. To follow along, you'll need a standard code editor, an active AI coding extension, and a fresh Next.js project. We've set up VS Code here with the File Explorer on the left and our chat interface ready on the right. Defining the system before we open a single tool is the only way to keep the AI from drifting. By locking in the architecture now, we ensure the agent remains a developer who knows your codebase rather than a guesser. We start by clearing out the framework's default boilerplate to ensure we have a clean slate. Open your AI chat and issue a specific cleanup command. Direct the agent to strip the global CSS down to only the Tailwind directives, delete all SVGs in the public folder, and replace the main page with a minimal centered component. The expected result is a predictable blank foundation. In your browser, you should see only a single line of text on a clean background. Starting with this exact baseline is mandatory. If you leave placeholder code in the project, the AI will eventually try to reference it, causing logic errors when we start the real build. Now we build the system's core brain. Create a new folder in the root of your project called Context. We'll populate this folder with 6 markdown documents. Project Overview defines core goals. Architecture locks in our tech stack. Code Standards ensures consistent conventions. We add AI workflow rules for discipline and UI context for design tokens. Finally, ProgressTracker.md constantly updates, tracking every architectural decision. These 6 files completely transform the AI. Instead of a stateless agent, you now have a collaborator that understands exactly where the project stands and what the rules of the system are. Next, we need to ensure the agent actually uses this information. Create an agents.md file at the root of your project. This file is the entry point. Paste the snippet forcing the AI to read your context directory before implementing features, and update the progress tracker. Standard AI agents are stateless. They only know what is in the current chat window. They don't naturally remember what happened in a session from yesterday. If you skip the progress tracker, you lose the only persistent record the AI can use to understand the history of your project. By logging every decision in that tracker, you create a memory for the build. Even if you pause development for months, the agent can read that one file and immediately understand the current state of the architecture. Now that the system is wired, we can start the build. Create a Feature Specs subfolder and our first task, o1-designsystem.md. Senior devs demand precision. Vague prompts invite guessing. A feature spec defines the exact goal, implementation details, and a verification checklist. In this first spec, we'll list the requirements, install Shadcan UI, configure the dark theme, and add a checklist for verifying that the build passes without errors. To trigger the build, give the agent a single command. Read this spec, update the progress tracker, and implement it exactly as specified. Now watch the agent work. It's no longer guessing. It's ingesting your context files, referencing your standards, and systematically executing your instructions. This spec-driven approach forces the agent to verify its own output against your checklist. It guarantees the AI builds exactly what you designed without hallucinating new features. When the build finishes, you can see the results: a cleanly implemented dark theme and a progress tracker that has been automatically updated with the new project state. Because the system lives in your repository, it scales. You can resume this project next month or hand it to another developer, and the AI will maintain the same level of discipline. This shifts your role from a coder to an architect. You are no longer fighting the AI to get the right output. You are designing the system that makes the right output inevitable. Speed in the AI era doesn't come from typing faster. It comes from thinking more clearly. Download the context template in the description to start architecting your next